Alright everybody, welcome to the next installment of video training. Today we're going to go over OnGuard over here on the left and some of the basic functions and features of OnGuard. Where we're sitting at upstairs is in the police suite, in the badging office, right adjacent to the emergency room. And that's why you see the screen the way it is. This is how it's going to be set up when you guys come in to work in here. You're going to have VMS on one side, looking over the emergency room and the emergency room parking area, and then OnGuard on the other side. And these are the only two things that'll be on this computer. Your VA networked computer will be on a different computer. Alright, first thing we're going to do is look at the cardholder or badge tab. So come over here. To get to this, if this were closed, I'll just go ahead and close it. Show you guys. You would just come up here to view badge information. And as soon as it catches up, there we go. Alright, so all you have to do to look for somebody's badge is the first thing you have to do is click on the search button and then enter their last name. I'll go ahead and put myself in there and hit enter. Since I'm the only one, there's my information. Who I am, my office location, office phone number, last time the record was changed. This is an important box over here because it tells you the last place that I used my badge at, which was to get into the police admin area over here. So if I needed to know where this individual had been, or they needed me to open a door, you could find that by either looking here or come up here to trace and badge. Just click OK, it automatically populates. And then historical trace, make sure you uncheck perform live trace. And then this automatically populates with today's date from starting at midnight going to 11:59 p.m. Click on OK. And this will show you all of the card readers that I've swiped since I've been in work today. So if you needed to open a door for me, say I had invalid access to a door, or I forgot my card, you just right click on the door, find the device, and then select open door, and that would give me one-time temporary access to get back through that door. Okay. Tracing badges, really easy, very helpful, very useful. So the next tab up here at the top is the segments tab. This is when you're granting people access. You would go to the segments tab, and out here, well, first of all, you'd select modify if you needed to add a segment, and you would select which segment. So for anybody out here, it's going to be the Fitzsimmons Medical Center. As you can see, there are other segments. Most of them we won't be using. PIV will handle the assignment of segments, but the Fitzsimmons Medical Center one is the one that we use. Alright, so the next one is badge. This just gives you the information, the badge ID, what type of badge it is, the activation date and the deactivation date, and then the status of the badge. If for whatever reason we need to cancel somebody's badge because they lost it, you just need to go in here and you need to change the deactivate date to the current date and select deactivate. This is also where you can change people's pins if they have forgotten their pin. And don't forget to change the status, deactivated, lost. Okay, that's it for that. access levels. This is a fun one. So to change somebody's access levels, you just need to go into Modify and then find the access level that is appropriate. This is important for everybody, because at some point somebody is going to say that they don't have access to something that we know that they should have access to. For example, I'm going to show you some basic facility access. So this is all the public doors in the con. So if somebody doesn't have this, they can't get in the Colfax entrance, they can't get in the seal entrance, and they can't get in the flag entrance. So you need to make sure that they have this. We have to be careful on some of the access levels that we give that people may ask for because of what is in them. And so here's a good example of how to find what's in an access level. So you right click on it, you go to level definition, and this tells you all the doors that you can open by having that. So that'll help you figure out whether or not you want to give an access level to somebody. This is not something typically that we do in dispatch, but in a pinch, we can definitely make it work. Okay. And then once you're done, you just click on, you make sure you have the red check mark to give it to them. So just like that, and uncheck it. Once you're done, you just click on OK, and it applies those changes. All right. The rest of these up here are tabs that you're really not going to have to worry about. There really isn't anything in here that is pertinent to dispatch, but just need you to be aware that these first 4 tabs, cardholder, segments, badge, and access levels, are what you're going to be dealing with on a daily basis. All right, so now we're done with that. Let's go ahead and talk about the system tree. So this is going to be helpful for you guys to see it on camera. So how to, and I'm going to tell you right now, I know it's difficult to find things in here. We're going to work on trying to get some of the programming changed to make things a little bit easier to find. So bear with me because I still have to find them too. All right, back at it. So looking at the system status tree, this is where all of your devices reside that you can control. So what we're looking at right now is the Fitz Bollards DAT Perimeter Building D Ambulance with a question mark entry. This is going to be your the gate bollards out on the street of Fitzsimmons Parkway. And if you look a little bit farther down here, you have the Fitz DAT Building D Police Bollards Ambulance entry. Those are going to be these bollards over here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, those bollards right there. So in order to see, these bollards are raised, so we're going to go ahead and drop them. So in order to drop them, you just simply right click on it and you go to Pulse and Fitz DAT Bollard Deactivate. You click on it. Oh, they go down all except for one. That's interesting. And then to raise them, you do the same thing. Pulse, activate. And they should go right back up. Now, because that did that, I'm going to try this again and see what happens. There it goes. Okay. So there's a little hiccup there. So, but now they're all down. And we want to put them back up. Activate. And they go back up. So some of you were taught to use this activate, deactivate. We do not need to use those at all. Stick with Pulse. Pulse will do everything that you need to do. Activate, deactivate, up, down. Easy breezy, right? All right, so we're going to move on to the gate. I'm going to open this gate for you so you can see how that works. Just need to find it in here. So the fits DAT perimeter building D sliding gate. So in order to, it's backed all the way out. In order to open the gate, you just right click on it and you select open door. So go ahead and open. And as you can see, the gate is going to open. Now, if for some reason you need to do an emergency stop, you would go to right click, pulse, and then stop. And that would stop the gate where it's at. I don't want to do that just because it's not necessary. It can hurt the gate. So I'm just going to go ahead and wait for it to open all the way. And then to close it, you just right click on it, pulse, gate closed, or close, and it will start to close. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how to change the status of a door. So I selected the Police Command Center door for the SCC downstairs. If you right click on that and you go to reader access modes, you can change the status of it to card only. Now, if you change it to pin or card on that particular reader, because there is no pin pad, it effectively locks the door. So unless there's a good reason to do that, then I would not suggest doing it. You could also just lock it, which would prevent anybody from using their PIV card to get in, or unlock it, which would just allow people to come and go freely. All right, that's pretty much it for the system status tree. Actually, one other thing that we should cover is that you can see right here at the end it says access mode card only. It's telling you the current status of that reader. So it could say access mode unlocked, or here's a good one right here, access mode locked. So nobody can get through that. So if anybody wants to ask you about the status of a door, you can look there. Now, sometimes what's on here is not compatible with what the actual reader says. So what you can do, if you say, well, I'm showing it's green and they're telling you it's red, you can go to the main caret right here and you select right click and select update hardware status, and that will basically ping all of the readers in this menu to reflect what their current status is, and then you can see whether or not something is wrong. All right, moving on. Next, we're going to go to the main alarm monitor. So this is where you can see everything coming through. What I like to do with this, that was a good one. Fit stairs PVN. Interesting. So you can also do all of that from here as well. Right click on it. Oh, we want to change this to card only. It should not be like that. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump ahead because something needs to happen right now, so we'll make this a good training moment. So we have a lot of readers that are locked because of the lockdown mode, which you can get to through this menu. It's device groups under view device groups. So we need to go to reader access modes card only, and that sent we right clicked on the perimeter lockdown. Has a lot of all of the perimeter card readers for access to the facility. So a lot of the doors that I was seeing that were locked were doors that were on the perimeter. So in order to be able to unlock all of them at one time, I just right clicked and then reader access mode card only, and that changed all those to card only mode. To do a lockdown, you would do right click and then secure all, and that would lock all of the doors and prevent anyone with a PIV card from getting through any door on the perimeter of the facility. There are also 2 other groups. Which I don't see anymore. Man. So each building, CBC, CBN, CON, DAT, ENC, IBN, IBS, PSN, PVN, PVS, and RES. So you can lock down each individual building if you needed to. Say there was an active shooter in CBC, then you could just go to the CBC and secure all, lock the doors. You could also go to reader access mode like we talked about before and just select locked. That would also do the same thing, and this is because it's at the top of the menu, all of these readers that you see right here would become locked since you're right clicking at the top of the menu. And that is basically that. Down here you have perimeter lockdown for the sliding doors and perimeter lockdown for the bollards. So in one click, activate. One click activate would close all the sliding doors at one time, and one click activate would raise all the bollards at one time. I stand corrected. The sliding doors are the flag entrance, seal entrance, north con and south con sliding doors, and then you have the sliding gates lockdown. Same principle. Okay, going back to alarm monitoring really quick. We were so rudely interrupted by all of those door lock alarms that we were getting. So when you're looking at this, you're looking for alarm actives, but I'm going to show you something here in a minute that's going to make your life a little bit easier, because this is everything that comes through. As you can see, relay contact deactivated, door forced open restored. Lots of information that you may not, you're just not capable of watching this. So if you go up here to the top and configure alarm filter, you can set this so only access denied and system information, which is what your alarm actives and intrusion alarms and all that stuff are going to be. And it'll still show up here, but if you click on this red bell, view pending alarms, it brings this up, which gives you a better view of stuff that you need to be concerned about. Door held open alarm, alarm active. I know a lot of these don't really make a whole lot of sense right now, and actually this is a really good example. So you have FITS DAT service level input board 09. So sometimes the location information is in this line under device. Most of the time the information is over here under input output. So FITS DAT level 1 motion detector, building F, first floor, room 135. So they didn't turn the alarm off in there. And you can see there are quite a few of them from all these different rooms. The motion detection, intrusion alarm. Yeah, lots and lots and lots. Different rooms. FS 121, 112, 135, 123, 121A. I think that's all pharmacy. So yeah. So, and we want to make sure that we don't let these get too far out of control. So once we've determined that these are all non-issue alarms, you can go up here to edit, select all, and then go back to edit, fast group acknowledge, acknowledge. And then in the notes, you just want to type cleared by whatever officer cleared it. And I'm just doing this group one so that we can get these down. So you can see there are 282 alarms in there. We really don't want them to get that high, maybe 20 or 30 at the most. And while this is doing that, a lot of this stuff I know is coming from Denver, stuff that we normally haven't historically responded to. We're going to try and get all of these Denver ones taken offline sometime after we move. That'll slow down on some of the alarms that you get in. Like I mentioned in my email, a lot of these alarms are going to be, officers are going to have to respond to and educate the employees on how to turn their alarm off. It's our system, it's our responsibility to make sure people understand how to use it. It's our responsibility to use it responsibly. So, let's see, here we go. Getting these all cleaned up. And do one more. So this, for example, FitStat Service Level Motion Detector FS121. We need to send an officer to that. This is clearly employees that are working in an area that have yet to turn their alarm off. So a couple little odds and ends. This is what it should be looking like. Yeah, we're getting these motion detections coming in right here. This is ideally what we want our screen to look like. Just a few of these alarms coming in. Some of these were going to go away. This Denver one is going to go away. So yeah. Another thing just to be aware of, make your life a little bit easier, is up here at the top. The key is log on, log off. This is the main alarm. This right here. This is your system tree. This is the pending alarms. This is your badge information. Click on that. So these are just quick shortcuts instead of having to go up here to the top to find the information that you want. Just makes it a little bit easier. Other than that, I think we've covered pretty much everything about alarm monitoring. If anybody has any questions, is not sure, just shoot me an email, or you know where I work, give me a phone call, and we can go over it. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.